If tools like N10 felt overwhelming to you, then this is a friendly reminder for you that OpenAI has launched Agent Kit, or also called as Agent Builder. OpenAI's new Agent Builder lets you drag and drop your first AI agent, connect tools like web search and file knowledge, and embed it on your side without wrestling 10 different APIs, which we see with other tools. N8N is amazing for complex automations, but it can be tough first step for anyone who is just starting. Agent Builder is simpler, a clean visual canvas focused on chat style agents. You get built-in OpenAI's models and curated tools and same default, so you can learn the functionality of agents before you dive into heavier workflow platforms. As OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman said, consider this as Canva for AI agents. It's just drag and drop, simple, beginner friendly, so that you and me, people who have so finding it difficult to get used to N10 and make.com, you will find it much more easier using AI Agent Builder from OpenAI. So without further delay, let me dive into this video and let me show you how the interface looks like, how easy it is. And I was also doing research. I was also playing around with these tools. Understand that I have been trying to learn about N10 for last few months. I have not been there like intermediate level. I'm just getting used to it. Now for the last few hours, maybe 4 hours, I have been playing around with this AI agent builder and I felt, okay, this looks much simpler than what I've seen in N10. So here we are. Let's dive into this video and let me walk you through how the AI agent builder is. Let's get started. All right, so I believe it's getting recorded finally because I've tested it like 3 times. Okay guys, now I'll show you Agent Builder, OpenAI Agent Builder, and comparing it with N10, which I have been trying to learn for last few months. I have both of them opened here. Now, how do you gonna access Agent Builder? The first is like you have to have an OpenAI account. So you have to go to OpenAI platform, and over there you will see something like return to home page. I have already logged in, so that's, you'll see an interface just like this one. From here, you have to go to build agents, click there, click on agent builder, and then you'll click here, open agent builder. So you have to log in and you will come to this interface like this one. And this is where you will be building your agent. I'm telling you guys, I've been trying to learn this I've been experimenting, playing around with this tool for 3-4 hours now, and it's much better and much easier, beginner friendly when you compare it with N10, right? So if I say that if I've played around with this agent builder for 4 hours, I have played around with N10 for 4 months or more than that. Okay, let me get started. Okay, to get started, it's how easy it is to access, right? Now if you have access to OpenAI account, it's easy to access this agent builder. Whereas for N10, you have to subscribe, you have to do few steps, and that's how you need to begin. Let me start with a new workflow. I'll click on create. And as you can see over here that already there is a trigger, and this is, as I mentioned, if you just go here and see, this is a chat agent workflow. Just to give an example, this automation is triggered, or this workflow gets triggered only through chat agent. It's not, if an Gmail comes in, it won't be autonomously, or it's not as robust as N10 is. In N10, if you see here, if I click on the plus button, you'll see the triggers, right? It's just not one trigger. You will have multiple triggers that you can get out of here. You can go through AI, Flow, all of that, Gmail. You could trigger your workflow by anything. If you receive an email, if a file is dropped into your Google Drive, it can get triggered. It can also get triggered if you fill out some form. But over here, it's a chat agent. So that's the first difference. But to be honest, if you're someone who is begin with, you should get accustomed to how this works. OpenAI thing works. So it's much more friendly. Okay, let me walk you through that. Okay, finish account setup. I will do that later, but I'll add it later. Okay, as you can see, this is over here. And the first difference is trigger. You have a lot of triggers in N10, whereas you have just one. And this is overwhelming when the very first time when you are not sure what to start with, what should be a trigger and all. It's easier to begin with here. Whereas if I choose a trigger here, and if I go to, let's say I have trigger and then I add an AI, let's say AI agent, I add it here. You'll see that in the AI agent, you will see this is a chat model, this memory and tools. And within chat model, you can choose Anthropic, Azure, AWS. You have a ton of chat models, LLM models that you can use. Where even if you go to like Open Router, it will show you can connect it with any LLM, right? Whereas in memory, I mean, if you go to memory again, it's the same thing. You need to add few things. Tools also, it's like hell lot of tools that you can use in using N8N. And it's confusing. It's too much confusing. You are not sure about where to begin with. Whereas in Agent Builder, it's much more simplified. If you click on Agent Builder, it's mostly connects with you models, which OpenAI models, which is good enough for anything that any beginner would need. So I would definitely suggest you to start with that. And you can also include the chat history, like what has been your previous chat, and based on that you can include that, or you can avoid that as well. Okay, let me go through. Okay, it's not showing me now, but you could click any of the models that's available. Then again, you have other things like reasoning effort should be low, or tools that you can use, right? Tools like MCP server, web search, client tool, all of that. And you can also adjust verbosity and all those stuff, which is much more extensive in N8N. That's the first thing. And you can give instruction, you can add instruction here. This is as simple as that. You can just check. I'm not sure why I'm not getting in my model, but it's easier. You can find your models, OpenAI models that you can select out of here. Just for example, if I go here and if I click on any of the models that I might have access to using ChatGPT. Okay, this is Open Router. I should click on any, if I go through any OpenAI models, like, okay, OpenAI chat models, I will see that there will be a lot of options, right? These exact options you will find here as well. So that's the first difference that you'll find, that everything is easy accessible over here. You have a start button, you have my agent linked. You can give clear instruction. You will get an understanding what model does. You can explain all of that without being overwhelmed by whatever options you find in N8N. Okay. Now, secondly, I mentioned about the triggers, right? Here you have, it's getting triggered by chat, and whereas in N8N, it gets triggered with anything that there must be optional, like uploading a file or filling out a form. This could be any number of triggers that you can start your workflow with. Actual definition, if I tell you, if the actual definition of an agent is, it should be scheduled, right? It should be automatically be able to do certain things, but it's not possible in OpenAI chat builder, agent builder. So you have to give your input. You have to trigger your workflow every single time. And if I talk about my agent over here, the one of the basic and the most useful part of having an agent is getting access to tools, right? Tools like web search. For example, you will find it here. It's easy to connect over here. You just add your country and stuff, and it's done. Now you will have access to, let's say, anything. Search on website and it will start searching for you on your behalf. Whereas when you come to tools, in N8N, what you need to do is go to tools. You have to connect to different HTTPS, connect to APIs and stuff like that. So a HTTP request tool, you have to go through that. You have to connect. You have to configure this, which is very overwhelming for anyone who is doing it for the very first time. So I would definitely suggest that this is much more simplified. Your agent will have access to anything on the website very clearly. So I would just say that ये सीधा जाओ, ये लिंक करो, हो गया काम, ऐड करो, काम खत्म, ठीक है? तो तुम्हारा एजेंट के पास अभी वेब सर्च करने के लिए सारी चीजें हैं. That's all you need in N8N, or you can add MCP server request and all the stuff. तो थोड़ा एक्सटेंसिव है यहाँ पे. MCP सर्वर रिक्वेस्ट वगैरह भेज के आप कर सकते हो. ये मैं भी ज़्यादा क्लियर नहीं हूँ. जैसे आप जाओगे यहाँ पे यू अगेन हैव टू कनेक्ट ऑल द सर्वर्स एंड ऑल. ये थोड़ा मैं भी क्लियर नहीं हूँ. मैंने अब तक यूज़ करना शुरू नहीं किया MCP सर्वर्स. आई एम मोस्टली इनटू रैग तक मैं रुका हुआ हूँ. उसके बाद आई विल स्टार्ट यूजिंग दिस. बट व्हाट बेसिकली MCP डज इज MCP गिव्स योर एजेंट्स एक्सेस टू डिफरेंट टूल्स. ठीक है, जैसे Gmail एक्सेस करना हो, वेबसाइट सर्च करना हो, या गेटिंग एक्सेस टू एनी डिफरेंट टूल्स, इट गिव्स यू एक्सेस टू एजेंट टू डू डिफरेंट टास्क. एग्जीक्यूशन में हेल्प करता है. तो यहाँ पे आप अभी जैसे सेटअप किया गया, इट्स बेसिकली फॉर द वेब सर्च. ये हो सकता है आपका. ठीक है, ये काफ़ी है जस्ट टू गेट योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि टूल्स क्या करता है. मुझे तो 2 महीने लगे ये समझने के लिए कि टूल्स क्या भाई क्या करता है. टूल्स ये सब देखे, ऑप्शन मिला ना मुझे, जब मेमोरी क्या है, चैट मॉडल क्या है, टूल्स क्या है, और चैट मॉडल कौन सा यूज़ करूँ वगैरह, और टूल्स क्या यूज़ करूँ, ये थोड़ा समझने के लिए टाइम लगे. यहाँ पे स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड जब ऑप्शंस ही कम है तो आपको सीधा टास्क कंप्लीशन में पहुँच जाता है. यहाँ पे मेरा फर्स्ट वर्क फ्लो कंप्लीट करने के लिए मुझे महीने लग गए. सॉरी, आई माइट बी स्लो, बट मैं वैसा ही हूँ, स्लो हूँ, पर जो हूँ मैं ही. ये था बात this was about the models that you have access to using my agents. And when it comes to this agent builder, one thing additional that you have access to is called, click on client tool. इसको ऐड करो in the my agent. So if you just see here, I can rename my agent. Okay, it's, let's say, weather reporter or something like that. Okay, if I went through here, I clicked on client tool, I clicked on get weather and stuff, and then let's say on the output format here, usually in NA10 you have an UI UX in a very simplified format. आपका form जो है ना बहुत simplified होता है. It will have very basic structure. वहाँ पे आप modify करने के लिए बहुत time लगता है. यहाँ पे you have widget. If you click on the widget, ठीक है, create. Click on the create. Now it will have a different interface. यहाँ पे आप go to gallery. You will see this is the kind of interface that you can create using agent builder, which is not that much in NA10. थोड़ा ये aesthetic लगता है, ऐसा कर दिया, कुछ बड़ा सा कर दिया है, ठीक है. अब मैं for example if I select this open widget editor, ठीक है, I have something like this. If I click download, it's with me, but yes. So this is the output that you will get using ChatGPT or OpenAI's agent builder. So yeah, पर NA10 में it's not that simple. NA10 में थोड़ा मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा simplified वाला चीज़ है जो देखने में मज़ा नहीं आएगा. पर यहाँ पे it looks so cool. You have so much other things like ऐसे design आप choose कर सकते हो और उसको अपने हिसाब से modify कर सकते हो, right? So you have all that. Everything that I showed you in this video, please understand that I'm a complete beginner and जो भी understanding है मेरे तरफ से, I just showed you that. It's from complete beginner understanding. I know that I may not have gone through in detail. It's a complete beginner level. I know, I completely understand that. But still, I think I helped you or walk you through. If you are a beginner as well, if you don't understand any of it, if you just have a clear intention to build an AI agent or be in the next 6 months or 1 year, you want to be someone who is an expert in AI agent, you will definitely be relatable. You can understand the simplified way that I'm explaining. जितना मुझे आता है, right? जिस तरीके से मैं explain कर रहा हूँ, I'm trying to explain it in a basic manner as much as possible. जितना मेरा understanding है, and मुझे पता है कि if someone who is completely new to this, they will also relate to it somewhat. अच्छा, यही है इसका मतलब इतना ही है. That's all that I wanna express through these videos. And just to summarize everything that I have showed you so far, OpenAI agent is best for anyone who wants to deploy their agent rapidly and with less technicality. That's for them. And if you have used to this OpenAI environment, so it's much more easier for you to have everything over there. And you are not looking for a separate server. Like, the best part of having an NA10 is NA10 has its separate server. You can say it as like open source code, right? जहाँ पे you will be completely owning your data. But for now, if you use OpenAI agent build, your data that you will be pushing into this platform, it is also owned by OpenAI. ठीक है, तो उसका you won't be having complete ownership over it. Even OpenAI will have access to it. So you are not in that stage. For now, as a beginner, for you, it's mostly about getting used to different terms, different tools that's out in there. And for that, building an AI agent using OpenAI agent kit is much more simplified version. I would say कि यार जैसे मोबाइल सीखने के लिए ना, you don't have to start with iPhone, right? You can begin with the basic keypad phones like our parents did. So exactly like that, you don't have to start with the best version of AI agents. Start with the basic ones, and this is the basic one. And its interface is much more beginner friendly, right? It's very simple, simplified version. And again, as I mentioned, if you are someone who have access to this OpenAI ecosystem, then this is perfectly for you. Let's begin. And if you like to watch this kind of video and want to follow my AI agent learning process, then please check this video. I'm sharing how I'm learning about AI agent through different videos and stuff, my resources. I'm sharing all of that over here. And if you are someone who is also interested in starting with digital marketing as a freelancer or as a consultant or as a lead strategist in any agency, digital marketing agency or any company, then you should check out my videos. You will find a lot of vlogs, insightful videos out there. So check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much. Bye.